This is a public service announcement from a conference designer. Coffee or M&Ms? There is a celebrity that you have heard of, that we've all heard of, who put in her rider, which is the document that speakers will give to the conference designer about what they require for the appearance. And this particular celebrity put in her rider that she wanted M&Ms in the green room. And the green room is, basically the dressing room, the room where they get ready and wait for their appearance. And that's great. Okay, we can get M&Ms and put them in the dressing room. That's fine. The issue was that she wanted the M&Ms sorted because she only wanted a certain color in the dressing room. Hi, friend. I'm Jacquelyn Fletcher Johnson. I'm an executive coach, public speaking coach, speaker whisperer, conference designer, and someone whose job it is to activate the voice of soul in the world, to activate the voice that comes from your soul, from your center. Have you longed to use your voice, yearned to express yourself in a bigger way? Have you felt like you've got something important to do on the planet while you're here? If so, you're in the right place. This is the Ideas Love Community Podcast, and I'm your host, Jacquelyn Fletcher Johnson. So yes, this speaker stood out to the entire team, and we tell stories about her to this day. There are other speakers that stand out even more. There have been speakers that have come up to me at one of these big conferences where I look serene, like a beautiful swan on the surface, but underneath kicking those legs like crazy, because the amount of work that it takes to put on a large event is, let's just say it's a heavy lift. And so I've had speakers come up to me and say, hey, can I get you a cup of coffee? Do you want a smoothie? Have you had anything to eat today? Are you okay? Can I help in any way? There was another speaker that I had in a prep call before a big event, and she said, what can I do to make my appearance at your conference be just an easy lift and the best experience you've had? No one had literally asked me that question. Not a single speaker to that day had a speaker ask me that question. Oh my gosh, those are the speakers that stand out. Those are the ones that I refer on to other people. Those are the ones who I tell all of the corporations I work with and the speakers agents and the associations, and I pass their name along to get them more and more business. Those are the ones that we want to work with. They make life easy. The Candy Queen, not so much. There was a celebrity that I worked with at one point, and told her about the Candy Queen who had wanted the M&Ms sorted. And I said, what do you think about that story? And she said, when I was just getting started and her reputation started to rise, she said, I felt like I had to put ridiculous things in the rider just to show that I was a celebrity, to be taken seriously in that world. And so I thought that was really, really interesting that she felt the pressure to be high maintenance as a celebrity. So I don't know, I wanted to let you think about that today. I put this on LinkedIn. I made a post about this that went viral. And there was this huge debate about that maybe people were doing that on purpose to have the conference designers read the contract very carefully to make sure that they were detail-oriented people, because apparently this was in a book that David Lee Roth wrote. I had no idea that this was the case, but in the folks that had made comments on my LinkedIn post said that he wrote in his memoir that they would put things about M&Ms and things in their riders because they wanted to make sure that the designers were actually reading that thing to the letter, because they had pyrotechnics and all kinds of really complicated things happening during their music performances. And in that way, I can see how that would be a really interesting way to spark a conversation. But then maybe it started with that and it became an urban legend and other celebrities took it on and it became a thing. I have no idea. All I know is that by the time that reached me, it was a person demanding something of my team that seemed really unreasonable. I'm going to take a break here to tell you something really important. I've teamed up with an incredible group of people for the next Gateway Gathering and Pitch Fest, which is coming up October 6th to the 8th. So mark your calendars. Monique Ruff-Bell, the Chief Program and Strategy Officer from TED, will be there. Literary agent Joy Tutela from the David Black Literary Agency will be there. We've got other folks coming in, including speakers agents, entertainment execs, publicists, all kinds of folks that help people build thought leadership platforms. Now, if you don't know what the Gateway Gathering and Pitch Fest is, well, it's a conference. It's going to be virtual in October, where there's education and inspiration about building a thought leadership platform and how you do that. We're going to hear from people who've done it really well. And we also have folks that are then going to be part of a Shark Tank-like pitch experience where you get to get up and pitch these folks who help open doors to bigger opportunities. Back in the day, we used to call ourselves gatekeepers, and I absolutely hate that term. I much prefer the term trail angels. And so you're going to be able to get up and pitch your idea, present your big idea to this team of people that represent different parts of building a thought leadership platform and getting your voice into the world. It gets you really a fast track access. And we did a pilot of this in January of this year, and it was so exciting. And now we're seeing the ripple effects of that event. Folks have landed speaker agents and are getting paid speaking gigs. Other folks are in talks with publishers, and I'm seeing more and more of the folks that attended getting their voices into the world in public forums, podcasts, and really exciting ways. So if you want to come, you can sign up for the waitlist and you will be among the first to get a ticket as soon as ticket sales open. And now back to the show. I wanted to tell you this story today because when you are on the journey to find your voice, the reason that I wanted to focus on activating the voice of soul in the world, that's really what the work I do is focused on. I want to see you on that stage. I want to see the shining center of your soul on that stage. We're about ideas and love and community here on this podcast. And the more that people identify with the voice that you share with the world, they can put you on a pedestal and think that you're different than everyone else. But the truth is, you're not. You are not different. And the difference between the "can I get you a cup of coffee" speakers and the candy queens was not the quality of what they were sharing on the stage. Most of the time, the quality of the things being shared on stage came from those coffee speakers who had direct access to who they were and to what they were there to say on that stage, and they just let it shine from their centers. My experience of candy queens is that there's something else driving the desire for the candy. And oftentimes it felt like it was a need to feel attention, a need to feel bigger than everyone else, a need to feel, don't you know who I am? So as you are on this journey to finding your voice, to claiming your voice, to get your ideas and your love out into the community, whatever community that looks like for you, ask yourself, where is your desire to be on that stage coming from? Is it to connect with other people? Is it to share ideas so that your community can use them and use them to transform their lives in some way? Is it to fill a need that you have? So today, the reflection I would love to leave you with is, where is your desire to be on that stage coming from? Is it trying to fill a hole that you have somewhere in you? Or when you show up on that stage, and by stage, I mean a metaphor of the stage. It could be in a conversation, it could be a podcast, it could be a book, it could be a workshop, it could be in front of a classroom. I don't know what that looks like for you, but What hole are you trying to fill a hole? Or are you showing up on that stage just allowing the center of you, the all of you, the every part of you that was born to do this shine? There's a really big difference in those motivations, and we can really feel it when you get on stage and just step into all of who you are. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Jacquelyn Fletcher Johnson. I'm an executive coach, conference designer, Renaissance woman whose true love is story and storytelling and delivering story. Please subscribe to the show, review it. That really helps the people who need this show find it. And if you know someone who is looking to get their voice out into the world in a bigger way, I hope you'll share the podcast with them. I've been closing the podcast lately with be huge. And what I mean by that is to bring every single part of you into every single moment and to be proud of who you are and fully embodied in who you are so that you are shining your soul light out to everyone in that audience that needs to hear from you. All right, my friends, until next time, be huge. Have you longed to use your voice, yearned to express yourself in a bigger way? Have you felt like you've got something important to do on the planet while you're here? If so, you're in the right place. This is the Ideas Love Community Podcast, and I'm your host, Jacquelyn Fletcher Johnson.